everyone, welcome back to Power BI snippet video number 2. In today's video I am trying to create the next visualization in Power BI desktop, which is columnar chart. In our current video number 2, I would like to create a dashboard using 3 more varieties of charts or 3 more varieties of visualization, where I'm going to touch a little bit of line chart, a text box, a slicer, and a column chart which is cluster based. So let's see how to do that. So today when we start working with Power BI desktop, so we're going to use the same old data that we used in our previous video. If you want to check back the video, you can follow the description below, so you can see the video number 1 of the Viz series. So let's jump into the second part. Again, I'm not using the entire disk, I just took one of the dimension out of it. So this is our previous video that we have created using the following data called the sales dashboard. So here we can see that it is the product wise sales is what I've built using a staked bar chart. In our current visualization, I'm going to use staked column chart. So I've mentioned the staked bar chart on top, so I'm going to just rebuild that. I'm going to copy this text box and paste it again, and I'm going to drag this to the right, and then I'm going to rename them now as staked column chart. So when we are working with a similar kind of a chart, there won't be a bigger differences other than the way in which it displays the chart here. So for example, if I want to just change the chart type here, so I'm going to just copy paste this chart and then drag it to my right, and then I'm going to come back to the visualization. I'm going to select the second chart here called staked column chart. When I click that, you won't see a big difference here. The only thing is the way in which the data labels are shown in here is different. Other than that, the bar chart was literally moved towards the right, maybe tilted 90 degree towards the left of its side, so you can see a column chart here by default. If you want to make the similar kind of an output what I have on my left hand side staked bar chart, you can do that just by going to the format option and go to the display, and then I'm going to say no decimal positions here. So when I remove the decimal positions or keep the decimal position as 0, you can see that the staked column chart will look similarly like our staked bar chart, and you won't see a big differences even in the display units available here. Again, you will see the different kind of an x-axis and y-axis popping up here. Other than that, both of them are looking similar in nature. So if you want to change a particular color here, you can definitely do that. So this is the same way I'm going to use the next dimension. This is the staked bar and column chart. I'm going to use cluster bar and column chart. So let me just come back to my list here, and I'm going to add a new page. I can either copy paste this data, or I can just swap them up in a different point. So what I'm going to do is, to make it a little more easier, I'm going to give a right click here on the page, and I'm going to tell the system that please duplicate the page. So the entire dimension repopulates again. So here I said staked bar and column, bar versus column rather, and here it's going to be cluster bar versus column. So when I come down here, I'm going to rename the staked here, so to call this as cluster column chart or cluster bar chart and cluster column chart. So I just renamed the header here. So I'm going to come back to this list again. Then this time I'm going to take the third icon, and then the third icon or fourth icon from here. When I deal with the cluster column chart, I can have more than one data here. So let's jump into this, add one more dimension here called region. and you can see that by region it is breaking up all the sales for us, and the same happens even in here. So coloring is automatically picked in both the dimensions similar to each other, because I took the same dimension in both the dimensions here. But again, when I deal with the cluster bar or column chart, I have a lot of data to cover here. So I want to make the data look a little better. So this is a little odd here because all my charts data labels are not displayed here because I don't have enough space to do that. If the cluster bar chart is a little bigger than normal, probably I can see the entire list. So to make my life a little more better, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, or I'm going to make this chart a little smaller here in both the charts. Now I would like to add a slicer. So let me just click the blank space here so that I can add a slicer here with ease. So I'm going to add a slicer to my list. So you can see on your visualization on the 5th line item, first icon is called slicer. Click that. So now I can pick up any one of the dimension here. So when I use this dimension, now both the chart is going to move here. So I would like to see either region wise or I can do a product wise here. So region wise will be better. So I'm going to just pick up the region here. So the entire region will be added here. And if you want to make the changes, you can see that you will only have one field here in the slicer. When you go to the format, you can just make the following list here. So you can see the selection control here. You can have a single selection here, so that it will become like a complete dimension of data. So you can see that Chennai, Coimbatore, and each and every location you will see here. So it changes according to the list here, and the data label is a little different in a bar chart and a column chart. So that's fine because it was earlier other way around, now it is the other way around. So when I started working with the cluster column chart there or staked column chart, I got decimal portion in my columns and no decimals in the bar charts, but it's the other way around right now. So when I deal with this list, so this is a singular valuation, so I can choose any one dimension. So you can see the sales that happened on each and every product, and as well as by the region also is given here. We can make it a little better, so I can just uncheck this singular component. So now I can choose multi-component here if I wanted to. So I can see 3 of the data here very clearly. So this is the region component that I have here. And if I wish to add the second slicer also, I can do that. So before I do add the selection criteria, so I'm going to add the header here. So let me just change the headers to 16. This is the slicer header, so the region will become a little bigger. And I'm going to just make the slicer item, the Chennai, the other places has to be at 14. So now I got them in a decent way. So now I'm going to just adjust them accordingly. Let me add one more slicer below, and I'm going to make the slicer onto the right and then bring the product into place. So once I do that, again I will be having the same scenario. So my headers will be here. So I'm going to make the header maybe a 16 here again, and the items will be a 14. Again, now the datas are a little longer than normal, so let me just move my text box to the top a little bit, and even I move the charts here a little bit on top. And then I can move my products middle of the data and make it a little taller so that I can see all the items. Then I move the other component here, so even this, let me make it on top. Let me make this also on top. So let me make it a little more leftier one so that I can make them keep the product into the center. So it's better to keep it below, not in the center, because I'm trying to do all the dimensions here. So when I give a check mark in my 1 plus, you can see that the entire 1 plus will be taken into consideration. So you will see all the dimensions very clearly here. So I can make the charts a little bigger or a little wider than what it is showing at the moment. But again, I can see the data better because the data is a little cramped here. So let me just make it a little smaller here. Let me make my chart a little wider and shorter in height. So I can make the chart a little wider here. So here I can make the chart a little taller here, so that I can see the entire dimension better. So when I check the Chennai alone, it's going to show you Chennai alone. So overall sales valuation will come into play. So if I want to choose more than one dimension, so I'm going to pick up all the Apple category here, so I can see them very clearly here. It comes out with a much more detailed manner. So if I uncheck the region here, so it shows all of them here in a nice and neat manner. So this is how I can work around with the cluster bar chart and cluster column chart. I can even improvise this furthermore. So now I want to make the data look even better. So now I have all my sales on this list. So now I want to compare the sale and purchase of the product, so that I can do it with ease. Then I'm not going to take two different dimensions. I'm going to take only one dimension and see the differences here. So let me just redo this process again. So I'm going to duplicate this process again, and this time I'm not going to take two different conditions on my chart, like product and a region. I'm going to keep the product alive, and I'm going to say what is the purchase cost and what is the selling price. So you can see that the purchase and sales valuation is coming up here. So I took all the dimensions of purchase and sales here. So probably I preferably use a bar chart here if the data are a little smaller, but if the data are larger, I will use a column chart, because column chart allows you to get the data look neater. But again, this data doesn't look really very weird here. I can definitely work with that. So I can just go for a 1 plus. If I have a category, kind of a product category breakup, then I can see the brands here. So if I have one more column here called brand, that would be even more better. So probably based on the brand, I can filter out the product so that I can see the brand wise product is what. So this is how I will play around with the cluster and a bar chart. When we are dealing with the staked bar chart, so when I have more than one condition in staked bar chart, then what happens here? So let me put the dimension here. So let me add the purchase part here. You can see the purchase and the other component will come really very nicely here. So let me see this dimension. This is one on top of the other. The last one will not be that much visible here because of the dimension. So I may not be able to see the last data clearly, both in staked and column chart, but I can see the multiple dimensions of staked and column chart provides the data better. So here I just made the sales first and purchase second. If I want the other way around, so I can drag the purchase on top of the value, so that I'll put the purchase first and sales second. So I can see that happens in the staked bar chart. So I can change the same scenario even for the column chart. Just place the value of the dimension back and forth or up and down based on the entire data can works for us better. So this is how we play around with staked bar chart and column chart, and cluster column chart and bar chart. And I have even used one more dimension today, that is called slicer in our note. So with this we are completing our bar charts and column charts completely. Let's move on to the next topic that we will deal with, will be our line diagram and area diagrams. Hope you learned how to handle the bar. We have a lot more here. I didn't used all of them here, so we have a lot more informations to feed here. So I didn't use a complex data component in our bar and column chart. If you have any doubts, or if you want me to put another video which with a complexity of data or adding more data to a singular staked bar chart or singular column chart, I can definitely do that. So I will be adding one more dimension of data, so where I'll try to use almost all the fields that is there available in our format. So in our format we have not just the list, we have one more line called zoom slicer, and when I scroll down you can see a plot area and a background area will come into play. If you are handling multiple datas here, if you want to put a staked bar chart total on top, you can do that also. So you have a total label comes in here. So on a whole, what is the total turnover has happened in a particular product, you can see that. But again, it is a bifurcation of two, so this is not what we are trying to add here. So probably instead of a purchase or a, if I say region, that would make a lot of sense here, because in a region breakup the 33 million comes in a multiple dimension. You can see 4 million in Tirunelveli and 4 million in Trichy, 8 in Madurai, 10 in Coimbatore and 6 in Chennai. On Apple 7 is 7 plus. Like that, Apple 7 has 15 million, 1 plus 5 will be 12, and then 1 plus 3 is also 12. Samsung 7 is 11, Samsung 8 S8 is 7, and then Oppo F3 is 2 mil. So you can see all of them here. So you can see one more dimension that is called total label. So we generally have a data label, but we never had a total label earlier. So now we can see the total label also comes in place. This is going to work in even your staked bar chart. So instead of taking a instead of taking a purchase, if I take a region here, you can see the breakup. So whatever I got it in this dimension, I get the other way around. So instead of region, if I'm going to take a customer here, then I can get a lot of breaks here, but I may not be able to see the complete data here because I have a lot of customers here. So I have to make this as a full page dimension, and then I have to have at least have a filter to work around, so I can see the better components coming up here. So I can use, or else I can just break the sales rep here, so I can see the dimension of sales done by each and every person here. So if I have a filter again, so I can just check out what each and every product sales done by a particular person. I can see them very clearly. So this is the total label in our staked bar chart and our column chart. So with this, I'll end this video, and hope you have learned how to handle the column charts, staked and as well as cluster column charts betterly in this video, I believe. Hope you enjoyed my video. Hope you learned something new. This has been Vinod signing out from Power BI Snippet Viz series video number 2. Please stay home, stay safe, mask up, and maintain social distancing if you are going out anywhere, if it is really necessary. Keep yourself updated and keep yourself safe. Thank you so much. Bye bye.